Well, breaking news coming in at this time. In the light of the ceasefire violations along the line of control, Home Minister Rajnath Singh is all set to review the security in Jammu and Kashmir next week. This is the latest piece of information that we're getting from the Home Ministry. My colleague Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu, who's breaking this information to us at this point in time, is joining us live for more. Kamal, we understand that the Home Minister is likely to review the security in Jammu and Kashmir next week. He's personally likely to go there. What's on the agenda? Kamal, can you hear me? All right, we're going to try and re-establish that phone line with Kamaljeet. But in the light of the ceasefire violations that have been reported from Jammu and Kashmir along the line of control, Home Minister Rajnath Singh is all set to view the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir next week. There is a heightened security tension in Jammu and Kashmir given the fact that the state is in fact heading into assembly elections. Rajnath Singh is likely to review the security situation next week to take stock of what exactly is going on in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, 2 army units are in fact engaging in a search operation of about 6 to 8 terrorists who are believed to be on the loose. There have been repeated ceasefire violations that have been reported along the line of control. 3 Jawans have also lost their lives in the last 48 hours. The army has attributed this to a lot of internal tension within Pakistan, also given the fact that Jammu and Kashmir is heading into assembly elections in the next 2 months. The security situation in Jammu and Kashmir is something that is going to be highlighted. Home Minister Rajnath Singh likely to make a visit to Jammu and Kashmir next week to take stock of the situation. My colleague Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu, who's breaking this information to us, is in fact joining us live from the national capital. Kamal, take us through the latest.
Well, with the increase in ceasefire violations both at the international border and at the LOC, the government is really worried. And remember, this could be a normal review where the Home Ministry usually goes and takes a meeting even of the unified command in Jammu and Kashmir. But remember, in the light of ceasefire violation and increased infiltration bid from Pakistan, it's something which is a cause of concern. And we've seen that the BSF DG also pointing out that not just firing from the Pak Rangers and the army, but also that there could be militant outfits like the Lashkar who could be involved in the ceasefire violation. There is this important review which is taking place, and remember, this is also a sensitive time for Jammu and Kashmir, considering that there is going to be assembly elections in the next couple of months.
Well, absolutely. Also, has the Home Ministry in fact taken cognizance of the fact that there are 6 to 8 terrorists, we understand, who are in fact on the loose, and a massive manhunt operation has been launched by the Indian Army? What is the information that the Home Ministry has in its possession at this point in time?
Well, we know there's been an encounter which has been on in Kupwara, but remember, this is again, as I mentioned to you earlier, a sensitive time for Jammu and Kashmir, considering that there are going to be assembly elections in the next couple of months, and we've seen a number of terror attacks going up. The infiltration in that sense could be all-time low, but this is only because of an internal turmoil within Pakistan.
Absolutely.
So the forces there are only gearing up to have increased ceasefire violations, increased attack on the border post, which involves not only hitting out at villagers, obviously letting migrate many of the villagers who are staying at the border. But again, we've seen more ceasefire violations in Jammu sector this time more than Kashmir.